Hello scholars, welcome to the Chong channel. Today we will be learning about surface area of prisms. Now as you see here, just a quick review, a cylinder is a prism because it has two congruent circles as bases. A rectangular prism is a prism because it has two congruent rectangles as bases. And we have a cube. We have two congruent squares as bases, and we have a triangular prism with two congruent triangles as bases. So if you notice for all my prisms here, the yellow part would be the two congruent bases, and the pink will be referred to as the non-base because those are not bases. Our focus today will be on surface area of cylinders. So first of all, the general formula for finding the surface area of any prism is non-base area, lateral area, plus base area. But as you can see before, all prisms has two congruent bases, so we have to multiply by 2. So surface area will be non-base area, which is lateral area, and the formula for lateral area is HP. H is the distance between the two bases, and the P would be the perimeter of the base. Now, why is the non-base area HP? Well, first of all, to find surface area, we need to deal with two base areas. So that would be these two yellow circles. That would be the two base areas, which makes sense because surface area is the area of the whole surface, okay? Now, if I were to cut this apart, so if I were to cut this cylinder apart, because right now non-base area is the pink portion here, I want to find the non-base area, which is this thing here. Well, remember I told you H was the distance between the two bases? So if I wanted to find the area of this pink, I guess, rectangle when I spread it open, it would be length times width, right? Well, here, H is the distance between the two congruent bases, and this P would have been the perimeter of the circle, because if I put it back, that would have been the perimeter of the circle. Likewise, in a rectangular prism, if I were to take off the two congruent rectangles as bases, so that would be the two B's. And then I cut this non-base area open, I would be finding the area of this pink rectangle. And so that would have been H, the distance between the two congruent bases, and then this would have been the perimeter of the base. So in this case, that is this part here. So is everybody clear why non-base area is HP? Okay, so now let's continue. Let's say we needed to find the surface area of a cylinder. Just like we saw above, it's non-base area, which is HP, plus 2 times the base area. First of all, what is the formula for finding the perimeter of a circle? The formula for finding the perimeter of the circle is pi d. I believe some people in middle school have learned this little phrase to help them remember. So it's cherry pie delicious, apple pie R2. So this helps you to remember the circumference formula and the area formula over here. So going back to the formula, here we have H. So that's the distance between the two congruent circle bases is 8. So we plug that in. The perimeter of the base. Well, the base is a circle and the perimeter is circumference, which is pi d. So I plug that formula in. Plus 2 times B. Capital B is the base area. So since the shape is a circle, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So now let's plug this in, 8 pi. Now if I look at this picture, the radius is 4. So if I wanted to find the diameter, that would be 2 times 4, which gives me 8. So that's the diameter, plus 2 times pi r, which is the radius, squared. So if I were to do the number with the number, so 8 times 8 is 64 pi, 2 times 4 squared. So 4 squared, which is 16, times 2 is 32 pi. Now, in some questions on the regions, they do tell you to leave your answers in terms of pi, so we're going to leave our pi there. Pi is like a variable. So if I said 64x plus 32x, that would be 96x. But in this case, our variable is like pi. So if you remember in the last video, when we're measuring volume, we're measuring how many cubic units fit in the figure. But in area, or in this case, surface area, we're measuring how many square units cover the whole surface. And so therefore, our units would be square centimeters. Or if you wanted to use an abbreviated form, we use this symbol, square centimeters. I hope this helps. Bye-bye, scholars. See you next time.